If your mornings have changed, I want you to know something right away. You're not broken. I see this all the time in my practice. Men over 50 come in and they're hesitant to even bring it up, but eventually they do. They tell me their morning firmness isn't what it used to be. Some mornings it's there, some mornings it's not. And on the mornings when it's not, there's this quiet worry that starts creeping in. Is this it? Is this just how things are now? And I need to tell you, a decline in morning firmness and energy after 50 is common, really common. I've seen this pattern in thousands of male patients between 50 and 70. It's not a personal failure, it's not a sign that your body is giving up on you. But here's what I want you to do before you jump to any conclusions. Track your morning response patterns for 7 days. Just notice. Don't judge it, don't panic about it, just observe what's happening. Because understanding the pattern helps us address the actual cause. And the cause? It's rarely low testosterone. I know that's what everyone talks about. Every supplement ad, every men's health article, low T, low T, low T. But what I see clinically, day after day, is something different, something that gets almost no attention. Let me tell you about this silent confidence drain that no one warns men about. Changes in morning response don't just affect those few minutes when you wake up. They quietly erode your confidence throughout the entire day, and they affect intimacy in ways that are hard to even talk about. I had a patient, early 60s, who told me he'd started avoiding closeness with his wife, not because he didn't want it, but because he was afraid of the inconsistency, afraid of disappointing her, afraid of that feeling of, what if my body doesn't cooperate this time? And here's what happens. That fear creates stress, and stress directly restricts blood flow. So now you've got a cycle feeding on itself. But reducing shame, recognizing this is a physical issue, not a personal one, that actually lowers stress. And when stress goes down, circulation improves. It's one of the most powerful shifts you can make. Because the real issue here isn't desire, it's circulation. And I need you to really understand this. Aging isn't the enemy, blood flow is. Getting older doesn't automatically shut down function. What happens is your circulation becomes impaired, and that impairment comes from a very specific change in your body. There's a natural, age-related decline in something called nitric oxide production. Now, nitric oxide is this incredible molecule that controls how well your blood vessels can open up and deliver blood where it needs to go. And as you age, your body just makes less of it. The enzymes responsible for producing nitric oxide become less efficient decade after decade. So instead of focusing on hormones as the first solution, I tell my patients, let's shift our focus to vascular health. Because if your blood vessels can't deliver, nothing else is going to make much of a difference. Which is exactly why mornings matter so much. A lot of men don't realize this, but morning function is actually a key health signal. It's not random. It's not just about whether you had a good dream or not. Morning erections reflect your overall vascular responsiveness. Urologists actually use morning response as a clinical indicator. If you're getting regular, strong morning firmness, that tells us your blood vessels are working well. Your circulation is responsive. Your nervous system is functioning properly. And here's the interesting part. Morning is the most effective window for natural support. Your body is naturally primed in the morning. Hormones like testosterone peak in the early hours. Your blood vessels are more responsive to signals. So if we're going to support this system, morning routines make the most sense. Now let me talk about the molecule that controls it all. Nitric oxide is essentially the master switch of firmness. Think of it like this. When you want an erection to happen, your body sends signals through nerves. Those signals tell certain cells to produce nitric oxide. And nitric oxide tells the smooth muscle in your blood vessels and erectile tissue to relax. When that smooth muscle relaxes, blood rushes in. The tissue fills, firmness happens. But here's the problem. Without sufficient nitric oxide, blood can't reach the erectile tissue effectively. The signal is there, the desire might be there, but the physical response is weak or inconsistent because the mechanism isn't working properly. And this is important. Supporting nitric oxide supports firmness without needing stimulation drugs. We're not forcing a response, we're restoring the natural pathway. But the body makes less of it every decade. Like I mentioned earlier, the enzymes that produce nitric oxide become less efficient as you age. But it's not just age. Inflammation accelerates this decline. Inactivity makes it worse. Poor diet compounds the problem. So by the time you're in your 50s or 60s, your baseline nitric oxide production might be significantly lower than it was in your 30s. And you feel that difference. Not just in the bedroom, but in your energy levels, your mental clarity, your overall sense of vitality. The good news? Dietary strategies can help restore nitric oxide signaling, and this is where food becomes functional medicine. Your body has a backup system. It's called the nitric oxide pathway, and it works like this. When you consume dietary nitrates found in certain vegetables, your body converts them into nitric oxide. It's a different pathway than the enzyme-based one that declines with age. So even if your natural production is down, you can support nitric oxide levels through what you eat. And beetroot is one of the most researched nitrate sources we have. Clinical studies have shown that beetroot supplementation improves blood flow, lowers blood pressure, and enhances exercise performance, all because of its nitrate content. Now, here's where it gets practical. Powdered beetroot offers consistent dosing without sugar spikes. You're not dealing with the variability of fresh beets or the sugar load of beetroot juice. You're getting a standardized amount of nitrates in a form that's easy to use every single day. But timing determines whether this actually works or not. And this is where a lot of men get it wrong without even realizing it. They take the right supplement at the wrong time, or they pair it with things that cancel out the benefits. So let me tell you why your morning coffee is actually the perfect delivery window. Blood vessels are most responsive in the morning. Your body is naturally prepared for activity, and when used correctly, caffeine plus nitrates can actually improve vascular signaling. The caffeine doesn't hurt the process if you're not overdoing it. But here's the key: avoid sugar and inflammatory creamers. Because sugar increases inflammation and blunts nitric oxide production, you're essentially taking one step forward and two steps back. So the simple approach? Black coffee or coffee with minimal clean additions. Add your beetroot powder. Give your body 30 to 60 minutes to convert those nitrates, and let your vascular system respond naturally. Now, let me talk about the mistakes that completely cancel these benefits. The first one I see all the time: men assuming that stronger coffee means better results. They think, okay, if a little caffeine is good, more must be better. So they're drinking 4, 5 cups a day, loading up on espresso shots. But here's what actually happens. Excess caffeine tightens blood vessels. It creates vasoconstriction. And men drinking 4 to 5 cups report worse consistency in their morning response, not better. The fix is simple. Stick to 1 to 2 quality cups. Get the benefit of caffeine's alertness and slight vascular stimulation without overdoing it to the point where it works against you. The second mistake is even more common, and it's one that really frustrates me because it's based on good intentions. Using beetroot juice instead of powder. I get it. Juice sounds natural. It sounds fresh and healthy. But most beetroot juices are loaded with sugar. And sugar, as I mentioned, increases inflammation and directly blunts nitric oxide production. Plus, with juice, you don't really know how much nitrate you're getting. It varies batch to batch. You might be getting a lot one day and almost nothing the next. The fix? Use 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of standardized beetroot powder. You know exactly what you're getting. No sugar spike, consistent results. But even the right product can fail if you're using it incorrectly. And this brings me to mistake number 3: killing the good bacteria in your mouth. Most guys have no idea this matters, but oral bacteria are essential for converting nitrates into nitric oxide. The conversion actually starts in your mouth. So if you're using a strong antibacterial mouthwash right after your morning routine, you're wiping out the bacteria that help this whole process work. You're literally blocking the pathway you're trying to support. The fix is easy. Avoid mouthwash for at least an hour after your morning routine. Let those bacteria do their job. You can use mouthwash later in the day if you want, but give the conversion process time to happen first. And timing mistakes are just as damaging as product mistakes, which brings me to the fourth one: expecting instant, pill-like results. Look, I understand the appeal. You want to take something and feel different immediately, but this isn't how physiology works. We're supporting a natural process, not overriding it with a drug. Most men notice changes in 2 to 4 weeks, and that's actually a good thing because the changes are real, sustainable, and they build on each other. You're not getting a temporary spike followed by a crash. You're restoring function. The fix? Track weekly progress, not daily. Notice patterns over time. Are your mornings getting more consistent? Is your energy steadier throughout the day? Those are the markers that matter. So here's how to actually build the right routine. The simple morning protocol I recommend to my patients is realistic. It's something men actually follow because it fits into what they're already doing. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. You just need to add one strategic step. Here's how it works. You wake up. First thing, drink some water. Rehydrate after sleep. Then make your coffee like you normally would. But here's where the change happens. Add half to 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder to your coffee, or if you prefer, mix it in a small glass of water and drink it alongside your coffee. That's it. That's the routine. Now, commit to 30 days before you start adjusting anything. Give your body time to respond. Let the pathway rebuild. Consistency is where the real change happens. And I know 30 days might sound like a long time when you want results now. But think about it this way. You've probably been dealing with this decline for months, maybe years. 30 days to start turning it around? That's actually pretty fast. So what do my patients notice first? The early improvements are subtle, but they're meaningful. Most men tell me they notice a stronger morning response within the first 2 weeks. Not every single day at first, but more consistently than before. They wake up and think, oh, okay, that's back. And then they notice steadier daytime energy. They're not hitting that wall at 2 in the afternoon. They're not needing 3 cups of coffee just to function. They feel more even, more stable throughout the day. Sleep quality amplifies all of this, by the way. If you're sleeping well, the results come faster and feel stronger. So if sleep is an issue for you, that's worth addressing too. But the circulation support works either way. Now, here's what I really want you to understand. This goes far beyond bedroom performance. Better blood flow supports your heart. It supports your brain. It supports longevity. When we talk about erectile health, we're really talking about vascular health. And your vascular system affects everything. In fact, erectile dysfunction is often one of the earliest signs of cardiovascular issues. It's a warning signal that your blood vessels aren't functioning optimally. So when you address circulation for firmness, you're also addressing circulation for your heart, for your brain, for every organ in your body. This is why I tell my patients, think long term. This isn't just about getting through the weekend. This is about maintaining vitality and health for the next 10, 20, 30 years. And that long-term perspective helps you stay consistent even on days when you're not thinking about performance. Here's what I want you to remember. Your body still responds when you speak its language, and the language your body understands isn't force. It's not about taking a pill and demanding a result. It's about supporting the systems that are already there, that want to work, but just need the right conditions. Small daily habits outperform aggressive solutions every single time. I've seen it over and over. The men who get the best results aren't the ones looking for some extreme intervention. They're the ones who show up every morning, do the simple thing, and let their body do what it's designed to do. So start tomorrow morning. Keep it simple. Water, coffee, beetroot powder. That's your routine. Track how you feel over the next few weeks. Notice the patterns. Notice when your energy is better. Notice when mornings are stronger. Notice when you feel more confident, more present, more like yourself. And remember, this isn't about turning back the clock. That's not realistic, and honestly, it's not even the goal. This is about helping your body work well today, right now, at the age you are, with the life you have. Because here's the truth. For men over 50, firmness doesn't start with desire. It starts with blood flow. And blood flow responds to the right routine at the right time, done consistently. You have more control over this than you think. You're not at the mercy of aging. You're not broken. You just need to support your body in the way it actually needs to be supported. And that support starts tomorrow morning. Simple, consistent, effective. If this resonated with you, if it gave you a new way of thinking about what's been happening, I'd really encourage you to subscribe. I share evidence-based guidance on men's health because I believe you deserve real information, not just marketing promises. You deserve to understand how your body works and what you can actually do to support it. Take care of yourself. Your body is still capable of responding. You just need to give it what it needs. Most men notice changes in 2 to 4 weeks, and that's actually a good thing because the changes are real, sustainable, and they build on each other. You're not getting a temporary spike followed by a crash. You're restoring function. The fix? Track weekly progress, not daily. Notice patterns over time. Are your mornings getting more consistent? Is your energy steadier throughout the day? Those are the markers that matter. So here's how to actually build the right routine.